I'm Mac Charleston. You're watching Navigate Your Wealth, where this week Karen and Sam and I are discussing about how you can have a worry-free retirement despite what's happening out in the markets. We started off today's show talking about how we're making history in recent years, but not necessarily in the best way possible when it comes to market volatility. But I love what you said before that last break, that you are passionate about helping your clients sleep well at night and never having bad news. And I know you have no shortage of stories that illustrate how you're able to do that for folks. So would you be willing to share another story with our viewers this week?
Well, one of my most favorite stories has to do with my own brother, and he gave me permission to share this story. You know, for 40 years I've been in this business, and for 40 years I've been suggesting to my brother that he do this or that, and he's basically told me that he's the smartest man in the room. And he said, I can do it my way. And he's a government employee, and he had a pension, and he had a TSP, and he did all of this. So now it finally comes time for him to retire, and he came to Sam and I, and he said, I just want to run this by you girls because I think I've got it all figured out. I've saved $1 million in my TSP. I'm going to have a pension. I'm also eventually going to qualify and get Social Security. So I kind of figured that because my portfolio has averaged 10% or more a year, that if I take 5% out of my TSP, I'll be fine. And I said, okay. What happens if the market goes down 10 or 20 or 30%? Will you still take that 5%? He kind of sat back a little and needed to really understand the discussion we next had with him, which is the accumulation phase is very different than the distribution phase, and that the sequence of returns, the order of the returns has everything to do with your success of your plan.
And I'm sure when you put a monetary amount to what that would mean for him, that made all the difference too,
Absolutely.
Right?
So we outlined what the power of 3 looked like to my brother. We told him how he already had the pension and he had the Social Security. But because of his grandiose ideas of a lifestyle, which I credit him for, he's worked hard, he deserves it, he wanted to have more income than what the pension and Social Security would cover. We call that the income gap.
Right.
So we suggested that he take part of his TSP, place it into a guaranteed lifetime income annuity, which would fill up that gap. Now, between the pension, the Social Security, and the guaranteed lifetime income annuity, he had all of the income he ever needed. Meaning that now he had the ability to allow that TSP money to remain in the market, regardless of whether it went up or down. It wasn't going to alter his daily activities and annual income stream.
Right.
But there was another piece that we wanted to show him, and that was the tax-free portion. His pension was 100% taxable, and because of the amount of income that he was going to get, his Social Security was going to be taxable. And so I said, every dollar that you leave in that TSP, unless we either do a Roth conversion or something else, is going to continue to fund the government's pocket. So what we did is we set up a strategy to help him peel off part of that TSP that remained in the market and put it into cash value life insurance. When he saw the value of how that cash value was going to grow, the benefit of having the death benefit, which also gave him the permission to move that money into the guaranteed income annuity, because here's the deal. We all know there's a 1 in 1 chance that we're all going to die someday.
Right. No one's getting out of this alive.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so when that happens, that death benefit fills the bag back up and keeps that party going for my sister-in-law and for his children. Well, by the time we had the whole thing in place, I have to tell you, he was blown away. He said, I feel really good about this, really good about this. And, you know, he had an opportunity to do something that most people didn't. I mean, it's not everybody that accumulates $1 million and has a pension and.
Right.
And so with doing this, it just gave him so much more confidence. And I loved what happened in 2022 when the market went down.
When the market went down, he called us and was excited. Listen, nobody calls you excited when the market goes down, but he called us excited and said, the market's down, the market is on sale, my income is taken care of, my liquidity is still safe, should I put some more money in the market? Like, That is the type of plan that we want for our clients.
Because that's how you buy low and sell high, right?
Exactly.
When it goes down, yeah.
I said earlier we want to take the emotion out of the market. We want to give you permission to be in control. Call us today and let's get your retirement roadmap put together. We want to show you how by building out your power of 3, you ultimately can be excited and have no bad days in retirement. We want to make sure that this is customized to you. You worked hard all of your working years. We want you to be able to enjoy retirement.
Wonderful. Sam, Karen, thank you so much. And thank you for joining us. We love you, Charleston, and we'll see you next time on Navigate Your Wealth.